Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of The Raven Speaks. The Raven Speaks is a series of weekly videos about a variety of subjects. Feel free to comment below to suggest the topic for a future episode. And I really want to talk about what you want to hear me talk about. So yeah, you'll be more likely to watch the videos instead of like, oh, here's like I just every week I'm like, I think this might be interesting to other people, and I sort of throw it out there, and sometimes it gets lots of views, sometimes it doesn't. And if you can help me out here. What do you want to hear me talk about? What subjects do you want me to talk about? And they don't just have to be about Game of Thrones. I mean, if you want to have me start talking about something about Animorphs, I don't mind. I don't mind. Animorphs would be good. Like, if you have a good Animorphs topic for me to talk about, even if it's a bad Animorphs topic, I'll talk about it. And sorry, my major phantom is Animorphs, but let's continue on with this video. Jon Snow killing Daenerys Targaryen was a letdown. It wasn't merely because the Mad Daenerys storyline was rushed. It was the fact that the romantic relationship between Jon and Daenerys wasn't believable. If you gave the Mad Daenerys storyline more focus and Jorah Mormont killing the Targaryen, her death would have been much more devastating. Part 1. The deep connection between Jorah Mormont and Daenerys Targaryen. Okay, I'm a Jorah Mormont / Daenerys Targaryen shipper. I hide that part of myself in various Game of Thrones groups, as so many people will hate my way if I mention my OTP of the series. The usual claims of me being a pedophile and having daddy issues occur. One group, when I asked for comments to be polite, that incited more anger because I was denying people the right to voice their opinions. I think like the admins there are really fucking bad. Yeah, it's like I had been reprimanded a few days before the incident, of just a sarcastic remark, and I was reprimanded just slightly, like a slap on the wrist. I was like, okay, and then people are able to, really sling these hurtful comments my way, and the admins are like, oh, I don't see anything bad occurring. They're voicing their opinion. What the fuck is going on? Now, any admin who's an admin of a large group, I understand your pain and that you can't be everywhere at once, but just sometimes. Sometimes. I mean, sometimes there's no excuses for that shit. Anyways, this is not about a Chashikins drama session. Let's continue. But I don't see a way of talking about Jorah killing Daenerys without voicing the way I saw the relationship between Jorah and Daenerys. This will be a shortened version of how I view the pairing. An extremely shortened version. Jorah saw Daenerys and was instantly in love, as can be seen by the letter he started to write her when he thought it was his last night. He loved her with a love that went beyond love. He cared more for her happiness than his own. She became his home. He knew there was a darkness in her, but he believed she wouldn't give in to that side, that she would become a great ruler. Daenerys did love Jorah, but she never formally let her feelings towards him be known by him. Part of that reason was that she was trying to make sure she acted like a queen. Having relations with a man who had been shunned and was without a title would not be queenly. There was also the fact that after Drogo died, her heart was broken. She really did love the call, and having a serious relationship afterwards was not something her heart could handle. Her broken heart was also why she used Dario Naharis as a boy toy. That is how I see them, and I will be using that viewpoint to base some of my opinions on. My part, I'm sorry, I'm so excited about this video. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna say part two. People will just instantly know. But, anyways, part two, my dream ending for Jorah Dany. I did have a dream ending for Jorah Mormont and Daenerys Targaryen. If things had gone down differently, Daenerys Targaryen would go mad, though I never saw it to the point as killing innocent civilians like in King's Landing. But she would still have turned into a villain by doing really cruel stuff. Uh, Jorah Mormont would slowly realize that she had to be stopped and death was the only way. So he'd kill her, and then he would pull out Hearthbane from her corpse and his sword would be in flames. He'd realize that it was destined that he would kill Daenerys, and he had no true freedom in his love for her. He'd be torn apart by having to kill the woman he loved, and by the fact that free will doesn't exist. I mean, that's totally mind fucked. Part 3. Why that couldn't happen season 8. First was the fact that all prophecies were disregarded. Now, that would be a cool twist if properly shown. Throughout this series, there was doubt thrown at prophecies. Many questioned if they were true, and others confirmed they were hard to read. So, prophecies not meaning anything by the end could have been a good twist. However, the Azor Ahai and the Prince who is promised prophecies are never talked about past the long night. Not even like, well, I guess that prophecy wasn't real. Like, no comment. They just ceased to exist after the long night. Secondly, Jorah Mormont died in the long night while defending Daenerys Targaryen. It is good that he never saw who she became later and had the image of a good queen in his head before dying. Part 4. The greater emotional impact of Jorah killing Daenerys. But what if Jorah Mormont had lived? What if he had seen what Daenerys Targaryen became? Some people say that he loved Daenerys too much to betray or kill her. The thing those people forget is how Jorah pulled Daenerys back when she wanted to do something too violent, just like Tyrion was able to do for some time. Jorah believes Daenerys is imperfect, but that she will overcome her fault and so is worth dying for. If he saw her burning King's Landing, he would know what had to be done. He wouldn't like killing her, but he would do it because it's the honorable thing to do. Because of Jorah and Daenerys' deep connection to each other, whether you side with it being platonic or romantic, it would have a much deeper impact if Jorah killed her than if Jon did. Unlike her relationship with Fudge, I'm like, ew, characters' names, what are they? Oh, guys, I love doing this live sometimes. Okay, let's start that whole paragraph again and pray that I don't fuck up. Okay, calm down, center my chi. Because of Jorah and Daenerys' deep connection to each other, whether you side with it being platonic or romantic, it would have a much deeper impact if Jorah killed her than if Jon did. Unlike her relationship with Jorah, Jon's always felt too forced and it wasn't explored much. Like, at all. Like, she kills the Tarleys, burns the Tarleys, and somehow Jon never hears that information. I mean, she doesn't say, "Oh yeah, I did this." Like, what the fuck? Like, good relationship there, folks. I think if Jorah had killed Daenerys, it would have been a much more moving scene. Oh, if Jorah had killed Daenerys, it also has some symbolic significance that Jon killing Daenerys just doesn't. Jorah became exiled since he sold people into slavery because he loved Lenise, his wife, and wanted to keep up with her expensive tastes. Killing Daenerys would mean he's learned how even if you love someone, that duty and honor comes first. Therefore, if he killed Daenerys, he would have completed his redemption arc. Jon, unlike Jorah, never dishonored his name for love. So, there it is. What do you think, folks? Do you believe that Jorah killing Daenerys would have had more emotional impact than Jon killing Daenerys? Please comment below. And also, if you have a topic you want me to talk about, please comment below. And it will probably become a future episode of The Raven Speaks. So remember, it doesn't just have to be, the topic you choose doesn't just have to be Game of Thrones. It can be Animorphs, it can be Star Wars, it can be Hannibal, a bunch of stuff. So yeah. So please comment below if you do have a topic for a future episode of The Raven Speaks. Thank you very much. And if you're on the YouTubes, please like this video if you do agree with my opinion that Jorah killing Daenerys would be much more emotional than the scene we got. And remember to subscribe, because every week I have a new The Raven Speaks out. And you don't want to miss one of those because, I guess I might be awesome. Yay! Ah, jeez. Okay. And if you're watching this on my bloggity blog and watching on the desktop version of my bloggity blog, please choose the follow by email option so you will never again miss out on one of my blog posts. I just don't do The Raven Speaks. I do dramatic readings. I do long posts about various subjects. And there's a bunch of other stuff I do. So you just check it out. You won't regret it. And I'll see you again next Wednesday when I'll be talking about something. And until next video, goodbye.